a quick objection here, you referred to it. What do you say about today? The Imam alayhi salam is in occultation. We do believe that God has assigned a leader for us, as we shall examine, but he's in occultation. Who is filling that void and gap during the ghaiba of the Imam alayhi salam? See, our argument in the school of Ahlul Bayt is that the Imams of Ahlul Bayt, in those 2 centuries after the Prophet, they had 200 years, more than 200 years of time to explain the details of Islamic laws and Islamic beliefs, to raise a generation of scholars who would convey those truths to us. Whereas the Prophet ﷺ did not have the opportunity in 10 years of Medina to do that. How much could you do in 10 years with all those problems? In fact, most Muslims became Muslim when? The last 2 years of the Prophet's life, after Am al-Fath, after the conquest of Mecca. In 2 years, you're going to build scholars, you're going to raise scholars. That's impossible. That's absolutely impossible. Whereas the Imams of Ahlul Bayt had 2 centuries. Yes, there are some differences amongst the Maraja and scholars when it comes to some legal matters. But look at the core of faith. The belief in Allah, the oneness of God, the attributes, Imamah, Nubuwwah, the Day of Judgment, the Usul al-Din. 99% agreement. That's valid. 95% it's an agreement, 5% different. That's valid. That's a valid system. We're not saying we have to have 100% of the truth. Remember, God is also testing us, and that's part of the test. When it comes to fiqh legal matters, if you pick up the Risala Amaliyah, the book of rulings for your marja, I know there are some differences the scholars have, right? When it comes to sighting the moon, some other issues. But when you look at the thousands of rules they've discussed, 5,000 rules, 4,000 rulings, what percentage of these rulings do they disagree with? What do you think? Give me an educated guess. 5%. Exactly, probably even less than 5%. 5% difference, that means 95% they're in agreement. That is a system that works, that's fine. Logically, rationally, you'll accept a system that gives you 95%, the same results, maybe 5% differences. That's okay. See, that is a qualified system to give you the truth. But when you want to open the path for the entire ummah, since the day of the Prophet ﷺ, and all the Sahaba had different opinions and different ijtihadat, and you just want to see the tafsir of one verse, you've got 30 conflicting opinions. What do? That's not a qualified system. But when it comes to the path of Ahlul Bayt, within the school of Ahlul Bayt, within the system that they have given us, the differences are very little. They're very minor. So there's a lot to discuss about this, but briefly, this is how we would answer to that objection. That look in the end at the system overall. It's a working system that's giving you 95% the same results. And that's fine. And you have 5% differences, that's okay. Just like in any professional field, you have some differences here and there. That's okay. Therefore, we need someone to fulfill the role of that prophet. It cannot be the ummah. They cannot fulfill that role. Hence, Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam, in one hadith says, Allahumma bala, la takhlu al-ardu min qa'imin lillahi bihujjah. He says, oh Allah, it's impossible for the earth to be void of your hujjah, of your proof, a human being who serves as your proof. Imma zahiran mashhura. Either this hujjah is visibly present, we have access to them, we can see them. أو خائفا مغمورا, or this person is in occultation. But in the end, we need God's hujjah on earth. لألا تبطل حجج الله وبياناته. So that the proofs of God remain valid. We have someone here on earth, physically present on earth, to serve as the source of guidance. That's extremely important. To have someone physically here on earth. You know, we all believe in the whispers of the devil, right? The Holy Quran talks about it. The devil is a physical being, who's from the jinn, of course, who acts upon us, so we deviate. The justice of Allah necessitates that there is also a physical being, who is the Imam alayhi salam, who represents the source of guidance, and he counteracts the effects of the devil. The Imam alayhi salam counters that. That's necessary for a physical being to be here on earth.